and welcome to Lena AG. So today marks my 4-year anniversary of starting my channel, which is so crazy to think about. I feel like the time has just fled by so quickly. And I don't know, I'm so grateful to have been able to be a part of this community all these 4 years, and how kind and welcoming everyone is majority of the time, and it just feels so great knowing there are other people out there who share this love of American Girl dolls, and dolls in general, as much as I do. So in honor of my 4-year anniversary, I thought it would be super fun to do a little Q&A. Originally, when I had planned to do this Q&A, I asked on my Instagram story and then also my community tab on YouTube, asking if anybody had any questions for a Q&A in the future. That might have been a year ago, but the future has at last come. And I wrote down all the questions to answer today, so let's get into it. The first question is from Allianne Stop Motions, and she asked, what got you into collecting dolls? So this is a funny story. Also kind of a long one too. So picture this. The year was 2019, and at the time I was enthralled with Legos, specifically the Lego Friends line, and I loved to build them and make stop motions with them. So one day I was watching Lego stop motions, like one does, and on my recommended, like on the side, how YouTube has it, there was a video by Basil Mentos called The Lost Dog. And I watched it because it looked interesting enough. I had never heard of people making stop motions with these dolls, and I kind of forgot they were a thing. And I watched the stop motion, and I had remembered that I actually had an American Girl doll, Molly back here. And yeah, so I got her out where she was stored, and I tried making a stop motion with her. And from there, I never looked back. And after a while, I eventually got more and more dolls, but I owe me getting into American Girl dolls to Basil Mentos and that specific stop motion. Allianne Stop Motions also asked, who is your favorite doll ever? That's really hard. I would have to say either Kaya, because she is such a cool doll and her story is really interesting, and I appreciate how much research went into her. Or also Claudie back there. I also really love her. That is a really hard question. Yeah, I think my main answer is probably Kaya and Claudie, because I just love them so much. He also asked, how many more dolls do you want to get? I think my collection is pretty complete, but I hope in the future to maybe get Truly Me number 58, and then maybe also Truly Me 127, as they're both really cute. But otherwise, I think I'm pretty happy with where my collection is at right now. The last question she asked was, what is your favorite outfit from American Girl? I think my favorite outfit is probably the one Molly's wearing. The school Pleasant Company school jumper outfit. It is so cute. I also really love the Earth Day Pleasant Company outfit, and the one Pleasant Company outfit with the purple fruit dress. I'll attach a picture and the name of it here. I just love Pleasant Company outfits. They're so cute. I also really love Blair's meat dress, which Kaya is wearing. There's so many cute American Girl doll clothes. It's kind of hard to choose. This next set of questions comes from 5 Stars 3 Sisters AG, and their first question is first doll and when you got her. So my first doll is Miss Molly back here. She is a Just Like You number 5, who when I was getting into American Girl, assumed she was Molly because Molly was the first doll I saw that had bangs. I'm not 100% sure why I assumed she was Molly right off the bat, but oh well. And then I think I got Molly in Christmas of 2013 or 2014. The next question they have is, how long have you been collecting? So I think I first got into American Girl maybe late July of 2019. So that makes it about 5 years since I first started collecting, which is super crazy to think about. And then their final question is favorite doll outfit. So since I already answered this, with like American Girl brand outfits, here are a couple photos of my favorite outfits that I have personally made. The next set of questions comes from Blez's Films, and she asked, what grade of schooling will you be in this year? I will be a sophomore. And then her last question is, what dolls do you hope to get in 2024? This was asked in January, for context. I didn't necessarily have like a goal of what dolls to get, but so far this year I have gotten Gwen the Hopscotch Hills doll and Truly Me 61, which I'll attach a photo of both of them here. The next question is from AG, of course, and she asked, most underrated doll. For me personally, I think it's Kaya, and I think this because Kaya is such a beautiful doll, and even her story itself was so well researched, and there was so much effort put into it, and it's also just such a beautiful story. And I think overall, she doesn't get as much appreciation as she should be. I don't know, she's definitely one of my favorite dolls, like ever, like I mentioned before, and I'm so glad that she's a part of my collection. The next set of questions comes from Nine Tacos Filming, and her first question is, favorite doll you own? Ooh, that's a hard one. That's like having to pick a favorite child. I think it'd have to be like a 6-way tie maybe, because I'm too indecisive to just pick one. So the 6-way tie would be between Claudie, Nanea, Joss, Kaya, Grace, and Ivy. I think that's probably my best answer I can give you. That's a really hard question. The next question she has is, how many dolls do you have? I think the last time I counted, in my main collection, I have 32 18-inch dolls, but that's also including 2 dolls I have still in their boxes, like new in box, that are display only. And then I have 5 Welly Wishers, so that comes out to about 37 dolls in my main collection. And then I also have 2 Hopscotch Hills dolls, which I'll attach a picture of here. I have a Biddy twin, and then I have a Amelia doll. I can wait. I'll pull her out. This is my Amelia doll. She's a real cutie patootie. I believe she's from like the mid-90s. She has like a whole little book series that is all about her. She's super duper duper cute. Her final question is, what is your favorite movie? I think my favorite movie, like of all time, is probably The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. But if you were to ask me like what my top 5 favorite movies were, it'd probably still be the Hunger Games movies, as I'm a huge fan of the movies and the books and just the overall franchise. And while we're here, I might as well show you my order of ranking. My second favorite is the first Hunger Games movie, then Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 2, and then Mockingjay Part 1. And if for fun you wanted to know what my favorite non-Hunger Games movies were, like my top 5, so number 1 would probably be Uptown Girls, then A Walk to Remember. This movie, it makes me cry every single time. And then the Barbie movie, Hocus Pocus, and then Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella. The next question comes from Redeemed Dolls, and they asked, what's something that's meaningful to you? Have a great day. I hope you have a great day too. I think something that's meaningful to me is when people take time and care to be supportive of your hobbies, even if they don't fully understand them. The next question comes from Surf's Up AG, and thank you so much for the sweet comment. I really appreciate it. And her first question is, favorite girl of the year? I would probably have to say Corinne or Joss, as I feel like both their collections and stories were really done well, and then also the dolls themselves are really, really cute. Her second question is, if you could make your own girl of the year, what would she look like, her name, her hobbies? So I would love, first of all, to see more dolls of color in the girl of the year line, as it's really disappointing how lackluster that is. And additionally, I would love to see an Addie mold in the Girl of the Year line, as we don't have one yet. But I think if I were to design my dream Girl of the Year, it would probably have to be an Addie mold with the darkest skin tone with a 127 wig. Here's a little mock-up for funsies. As I just think that would be a really sweet combination. And maybe she could have glasses, I'm not sure. I know it's rumored that the next girl of the year is gonna have glasses, but the more the merrier, right? For her name, I don't think I have anything in mind specifically, but I think it would be cool if her name had some relevance to her cultural background in some way or another, because I think that's always really cool when an American Girl does that. And for her hobbies, I just think it would be cool to see something we don't really already have in the Girl of the Year line, like hiking or a different kind of sports, or I don't know, just something more unique than what they already have going and not just the same repeated hobbies and such over and over again. And her final question is, other hobbies besides agtube? I really, really love reading. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I like hiking, like exploring different state and national parks. And then finally, I really love to, like I mentioned before, I absolutely love the Hunger Games franchise. I love to collect the different variants of Hunger Games books and movies. And then I also really love to collect the different variants of the Percy Jackson books as well, as I just find it really, really fun. And I could probably talk about my books for hours. The last set of questions for today comes from AG Takes Over. And her first question is, do you have a favorite face mold? I think my favorite face mold, that's a really hard choice as they're all really beautiful. I think my favorite face mold is probably the Kaya face mold because I find it really interesting how much research and effort was put into her face mold to make sure it was culturally and historically correct. And overall, I just think it's a really, really great story, and I'll see if I can find like an article or something talking about it, and I'll try to link it below if I do end up finding one. Okay, her second question is, what inspires / drives you in terms of creating videos? I think really creativity really drives me. I find making videos and stop motion's a great way to put my creative ideas into a kind of format, and also if I don't have any creative ideas, then it's hard to make stop motions and videos because there's nothing to base them off of. Yeah, her third question is, what's something you want to see more of in the world of agtube? Probably stop motions. I understand that stop motions take so much time, and I think that's what makes them so great, is that you watch these videos and think of how much time somebody put into them, and I just think they're really, really lovely. And they're also just, over in general, my favorite kind of videos to watch. So for her last question, and the last question of today, she asks, 3 channels you highly recommend. So I had a really hard time narrowing it down just with 3. So here are my top 5 favorite channels, in no particular order. Circus and Tea, Allie-Ann Stop Motions, Blessed Films, Caramation, and Katie Sparks AG. I feel like all of their content is just really, really creative and just so well done, and I just really enjoy watching their videos and would highly recommend for you to go check them out if you get the chance. So that is the end of today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much for an amazing 4 years, and I am so excited to see what the next couple bring. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye!